Okay, hey guys, happy Sunday. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Thank you so much for joining us on Memorial Day weekend. I know so many people are out with their fams doing barbecues and all the things. So thank you so much for plugging into the team, plugging into yourself and your business and all of that stuff for the short time that we're going to be here tonight. So I appreciate you every Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern, unless it's like Easter or Christmas or whatever. Usually we do not cancel these. And so I appreciate y'all showing up. We do these every Sunday. Sometimes it's me, sometimes it's some of the other amazing leaders that we have on our team, and sometimes it's another leader that's not even on our team that are sharing their stories, their tips, because it's always inspirational. And I can guarantee you, you will never leave one of these. You will never leave one of these and not feel inspired or not feel better or not feel something of the sort. Okay. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to share something with you that's like, all right, it's just like a couple reminders, and then like 2 to 3 solid tools that you're going to do and apply to not only your business, but your life. And it's going to change all of it. Like these very simple, stupid little things, okay, are literally, you can implement them tonight and they will literally, you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, like, are you for real right now? Like some of you might not even do it. Like, and I'm talking to people that are watching the recording too. Like some of you might not even do it. I've heard these types of things over and over and over again so many times in the last 8 years. And you know what? Sometimes I implemented them, sometimes I didn't. Sometimes I didn't implement them at all or didn't do it for a long time. And then now I'm like, all right, Kenzie, get your ish together. You need to do this every day because it's like freaking changing every time you do it. So one thing I want to ask, if you guys can share in the chat, if you have ever, whether this is your first day in the business, so you definitely will be thinking this maybe, but or you're like 99th day, okay? If you're like, oh my gosh, I wish I could find like some like balance. Like, how do I do all of this? How do I juggle all of this? Like business, kids, and work, and school, and life, and spouse, and like me to like go to the freaking bathroom alone because my kids are like hawking me at the door, like something, right? You're like, oh my gosh, like if I could just get a balance of this, right? Okay. So one thing I want to tell you is that there's never going to be like a perfect balance, right? I mean, like that's just, I mean, if there was, somebody would have wrote like a book about it. Like there would have been a podcast like that said, this is legit how you balance it all. But how you balance it all is just like we're intentional and all that stuff. Oh my gosh, you guys, my eyes all of a sudden started burning. I'm probably like rubbing sweat in my eyeballs right now. So that's probably why they're like burning. But so one thing I want to tell you is that you can find like a comfort, and this is probably one of the only times that you will hear me say comfort, because you really like nothing really amazing and no big results really truly happen within your comfort zone. Truly, like things don't. You usually kind of have to like push a little bit past your comfort zone, and that's where the magical stuff happens with anything, right? Anything. So so you're not really going to find that like perfect thing, but you will find a comfort speed within your business, right? And being able to like do this along with all of the other things, right? You're going to find a comfort speed. There's going to be times and seasons throughout your business and different times of the year or year for you that you're going to be like working a little bit more. Maybe you put in a little bit, you stay up a little bit later, or you get up a little bit earlier or whatever, like extra during like this month. Like say you're like going hard for like a huge promotion and it has a bonus and all this stuff, and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna do all the things, I'm gonna pull out all the stops. But at the end of the day, we really need to find, and those things are necessary as well, but at the end of the day, we really need to find that speed that is really good for us, that we can withhold and we can continue consistently no matter what. We don't want to be balls to the wall with our business this month, and then next month we're so freaking burnt out, we don't want to get a damn post up because we're like, dude, like we've been like going ham for so long, and it's like I just can't. I gave it all last month, I got nothing. You want to find that consistent speed for yourself. How you're going to find that is by doing the things and all of that. That's going to unfold. But what I really want you to know is that you will always hear us say, Lisa says, I have cats and still don't go to the bathroom. I love that. Okay. I just read your comment. So, you know, you'll hear us time and time again, and a lot of this you'll hear and it'll sound like a broken record, but like, you want to find why you want to work this business, right? At the end of the day, we got to know why. We got to know why we're showing up. You know why you go to work, because you got bills you got to pay. If not, there's going to be notes on your door or people booting you out or whatever. Like, there's got to be a reason why we do what we do. Okay. There's got to be, and there's got to be a reason that's deep enough that's going to make you do it on the days that you don't feel like it. Because I don't feel like working my business every day. I mean, that's just the reality. We don't feel like it. I don't wake up and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to get 10 HOSA posts up today. You know, I'm just like, that's the reality. We're not like that. We're like, all right, cool. Like, we're going to I gotta get my 10 up. I gotta get my 10, you know? And so, but you just have to find those reasons, right? And so what I want you to do is figure out, okay, I'm going to say these things in a couple different sections, and then they're all going to circle around together. Okay. They're all going to make sense and come in together. But basically we gotta figure out why we want this, right? We got to know exactly why we want it. And we have to know, like, who that's going to impact, how it's going to impact us, how we're going to feel, how it's going to make the people that we're doing this for. Because most likely we're not just doing it for us. We're doing it for a reason that's going to impact somebody else. And so how is it going to make them feel? How is it going to change their life? How is it going to change ours? How is it going to change it right now? How is it going to change it in the future? Like, you know, we have to know these things, and we got to get crystal clear on it, right? Okay. So sometimes though, no matter where you're at in your business, sometimes we can, whether you're like sitting in this place where I'm stuck. I feel kind of like, oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. I don't know what my next move should be. Or you're like literally on a run and you're like, my business is straight fire. I'm so pumped up. I'm excited. Either way, you have to find this, you have to set an intention on what you want. And you guys, I'm going to explain specific tips where you guys can do this daily. But one of them is basically swinging it back to that we're not going to feel like we want to do this every single day, right? So how do we get ourselves motivated, right? We don't really like that word because it's hard to believe that it's even a thing, motivation, but like, how do we get ourselves to do it every single day? Like, we know what we want. We know why it is clear as crystal, but sometimes we still don't do the things. Sometimes we still just don't do it. We know we need to do it, and we know what happens if we don't. We know that it's not pushing us there, but then that like negative kind of sometimes bogs you down. So how do you like are like, all right, I'm doing it, right? So one thing is obviously like know what you want, why you want it, all the things, get crystal clear. So one thing that I want you guys to do is I want you guys to make a list. Like I said, I don't care if your business is straight fire right now. Okay. You are a human, right? Just like Lisa just mentioned, you are human. So you're going to have negative thoughts. I don't care if you're Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins still has things that he's working through, right? So, you're going to want to make a list of all the crap, all the crud, all the negative thoughts, all of the opinions that you are letting impact you. Maybe it's an opinion of a family member or a friend or your high school people that you went to high school that are on your social media that you feel are going to judge you, or, you know, like your neighbor or your small town or your coworkers or your bosses on your page, or, you know, or maybe it is your kids, or maybe it's like whoever, like all of these negative opinions that you think are affecting you of why you're not going all in as much as you could every single day. Maybe it is like your fear of not having a balance, where you're like, I don't know how to do this because I feel like I don't have time. Like, I know that they keep telling me that like, you can do this even if you're busy, but I feel stuck in not knowing how to do this because I'm busy. I work full time. I go to school. I have kids. I take care of my parents. I do this, I do that. Those things, those go on that list because that's a fear and that's a doubt. That's not something that is bringing you to the next level. Okay. Any type of excuse, whether you feel like you're just scared. Maybe you're scared of failing. Maybe you feel like you're not enough, or who am I to have success like that? Who am I to have something like a side hustle that I can legit bring home like $500 to $1,000 a month, or $3,000 a month. Who am I to do that? Like, yeah, like I believe that people can do that. I believe that Amanda can do that, or I believe Jen can do that, but I don't think I could do that. Right. So write that down on the piece of paper, all of it, all the negative thoughts, like I am a procrastinator, or I don't take good pictures, or I'm not pretty enough, or I'm not skinny enough, or I don't have an amazing testimony, or any possible thing. I want you to just sit and get quiet and let it all pour the frick out, because I'm telling you, once you start thinking about it, they'll come. The rest of them will come, and write them all down. And I've done this several times, you guys, in the past 8 years, and I did it again. What day was it? Thursday. So I did it Thursday night. I just did this Thursday night, so just a couple of days ago. And if you guys watched me on my stories, you saw that I took a picture of me burning it in my sink. I wrote it all down on a piece of paper in my notebook, and I set it in my sink, and I set it on fire. And then I was like, oh shit, I started smoking. And so I turned the water on, and I'm like, it was like midnight. I'm like, I don't need my smoke alarm to start going off and wake the kids up. So I like doused it with water, and then I like crumbled it up, and I threw it in the trash, and I'm like, done. I was like, done. So that's my story on me doing it. Okay. Again, just the other day. And so I want you to do that. I want you to do that and get it the hell out of here. And then I want you to replace it with your truth, because you guys have all heard this saying, whether you believe you can or believe you can't, you are right. And that is it, you guys. That is the truth. Whether or not you truly believe that right here in this moment, I want you to hear me that you can have the things that you want. You can live the life that you want. You can make the amount that you want. It's just like, it's up to you if you're going to allow yourself to align with that. Okay? Because if you're sitting here, like if your kid was up to bat and he was like, I suck at hitting the ball. I'm not going to hit the ball. I can never hit the ball. I always strike out. What would you tell your kid? You'd be like, well, yeah, if you're sitting there thinking that you suck, if you're sitting there saying that you think you're not ever going to hit the ball, that you're always going to strike out, yeah, you're right. That's what you're going to keep doing. Don't tell yourself that. So you wouldn't let your son or your daughter think that, right? Or your best friend or your mom. Don't let yourself think that about you. Because at the end of the day, whether you're married or not, whether you have kids or not, or you have family supporting you or not, you are the only person that is going to be with you no matter what until the day that you die. That's it. You have you, and that is it. I'm not saying you can't have support and whatever. I'm not saying that in a fearful way, but I'm like, you have you, and that's it. That is the only thing that's 110%, right? A gajillion percent a fact. You have you. So why not give you the best of you, right? Why not talk to yourself and show yourself so much love and be your biggest cheerleader and support system, and use that to take you to the next level, right? So replace it with a list of your truths. What does these truths look like? Well, if you're having trouble thinking on the positive way, right? Because sometimes that's hard. You can think about, because you've already burned your list. So, okay, you got to think back to what your list was. But what are the opposite of that? I am worthy. I am smart. I am good with my time. I find solutions, right? Like, I get hosa. People are literally coming to me. My posts are inspiring to people. Me sharing my story, just even the bits and pieces of it, is relating to people. People care about what I have to post about. People listen to me. People connect with me. I have more than enough time in the day. My team is a hella amazing, inspiring, like go-getters. Like, I signed the best distributors. My customers, dude, they enroll 150 BV orders. Like, just go all out with it, right? Like, I'm worthy. Like, I bring in such and such amount of income. Like, my business income is growing every single month, grows and grows and grows every single month. Whatever it is, like your truths, right? And think about, okay, well, If my customers are enrolling with 100 and VV orders or more, what types of conversations are you having with them? Be like, I'm talking to customers and I am helping them find, like, they're coming to me and telling me how much that they're loving the products. They're loving that they're seeing me use them. They're loving, you know, the way that the Skinny Brew tastes, like whatever. Like, say these things about what you want to hear. What do you want people coming to you and saying about our products? What do you want people coming to you and saying about the business? What do you want your team saying? What do you want your upline saying to you, about your team, about your enrollments, about whatever? Like, you know, like, just start speaking that and making a list of those things now, because these are your truths. These are the truths that you want. All right. And what I want you guys to do is I want you to do this every single day. Think about it. Okay. So now we took this like big ball of crud, right? Of all this list of like all this stuff, you burnt it or you buried it, you flushed it down the toilet, whatever you did with it, right? But the reality is sometimes they creep in. You might not be feeling so hot next Tuesday and you're like, like kind of like feeling real crabby or feeling real like you've had like 3 people say rude comments to you since then. And now you're feeling like poop. Or some of the old excuses that you said you were getting rid of are starting to creep back in. What you can do is I want you guys to literally take 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Every one of you has 5 minutes. You can do this while you're sinking driving. You can do it while you're sitting on the toilet. You can do it while you're in the shower. I don't care when you do it. Or you can literally make time to just sit on your bed for 5 minutes, whatever. I don't care. And I want you to just sit there and just feel it. Like, sit there and just stop. It's almost like you're meditating. Just like be still for like 5 minutes. And if the negative crap thoughts come into your mind, let them come in. And then, but I want you to make an active decision to say, I'm releasing that now. That's old. Okay, cool, whatever, but I'm releasing that. And say that. Whether you're saying it out loud or in your head and be like, you know what? I'm all right, I'm done. I'm releasing that. I'm releasing that. And that's when you think about your list of truths and you say them, just like we say the affirmations. Those are your truths. I am a top enroller. I am beautiful. I am worthy. I am open to success. I am living abundantly. I am happy. I am joyful. I am grateful. And just start, that's even another thing, is just thinking about all the things that you're grateful for, right? Start thinking about that, and that totally switches you. And if you can do this first thing in the morning, you guys, 5 minutes, 5 minutes. We make it an intention. We'll be like, oh my gosh, I have to make my coffee. I do not go a day without my coffee. How many people say that? I do not go a day without my coffee. Like, don't talk to me until I have my coffee. Everybody knows, don't freaking talk to me until I have my coffee, right? Well, how about this? How about you don't talk to anybody else and you don't go do nothing else until you do this for 5 minutes, right? Why not this be your thing? Because if you do this, like, that shift is like, oh my goodness, right? Like, that literally can change everything. That can change how you talk to your kids in the morning. That can change how you talk to your spouse in the morning, change how you show up for work, how you think about yourself the rest of the day, how you speak with your team, how you speak with your potentials, how you speak with your coworkers, right? So doing that, all right? And then if you guys don't follow Mel Robbins, M-E-L Robbins, she's amazing, okay? She's a motivational speaker. I don't know what her like title is. I don't even know what she ever even did for like work before she like, you know, was like all famous and whatnot. But she talks about the 5-second rule, okay? And the way that I heard her describe it, I've heard her talk about it millions of times, but like, I got a notification today of a 1-minute video. I'm going to post it in the team page so you guys can actually hear it from her. It's like 1 minute and 30 seconds or something. And she talks about the 5-second rule being, it's like a lint. It's like your brain lint, like dryer lint. It's like, it helps you get rid of your brain lint. And she was like, lint, L-I-N-T, stands for losing inspiration due to negative thoughts. Losing inspiration due to negative thoughts. She was like, it's just inevitable. That's how our brains work, right? So like, you're not uninspired, you're not unfocused. It's like your brain filter is just getting clogged by like all the bull crap of the day and thoughts and the stuff, because we're human. And so it has, it gets filled, it gets clogged. The filter gets clogged. So how do you wipe it clean, the 5-second rule. And what's the 5-second rule? It's literally just saying 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's it. And it resets. It legitimately, like, I don't remember the explanation, but you guys, it does something to your brain. Legitimately, it does something to your brain. Different than counting up, literally counting down. Like 2, 1 is like, does something to some certain spot in your brain, like legitimate. Okay. And so that's definitely a tool that you can do every single day. So the first tool is, you know, getting rid of all the BS, writing that down, burning it, writing your list of truths, and then using that every single day of taking your 5 minutes and being like, all right, any negative shit I need to release, boom, it's released. Then I'm replacing it with my truths and I'm speaking over that and I'm moving forward with my day. Okay. And then the 5-second rule is what you're going to use throughout the day. If you hear it and if you feel it coming on, you're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it's most likely going to be gone. If it ain't gone, do it again. Count to 5 again. Replace, say a few affirmations. Take a deep breath and be like, is this what I want? Ask yourself, is this what I want to be true? If it isn't, then get rid of it, because you have every single second to decide to be happy or not, right? In any freaking moment, you could have someone screaming in your face, being an a-hole, and you legitimately in that moment have a decision of, well, do I want them to get a rise out of me, or do I want to choose to be calm and be happy and just ignore, walk away, right? You get to choose. So doing that, right? So those 2 big tools. And then you guys, this one, I think I talked about it on Zoom last week, maybe. I think I did. Oh yeah, I did. Because it was when Kim and I did our Zoom together. And I'm serious, you guys. And I told Kim, I'm like, I'm literally going to try to coin this like little phrase. Someone else has probably already said it. I'm like, I don't even care. I've got it written all over my house now. And it's what I'm using for myself to keep myself on track. Okay. In every area. And it is staying focused, make the shift, make the move. And I'm saying these 3 things because staying focused is, we have to stay focused, you guys. Like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, I'm focused, right? I'm back focused, right? I'm in the freaking zone. Like I need to stay focused. So where your energy go, or where your focus goes, energy flows, right? Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. So staying focused, getting yourself focused, and making the shift, because sometimes we have to do that. Sometimes our mental filters are clogged up with negative thoughts, and we have to make the shift. We have to be like, okay, I'm deciding, I'm deciding no. I'm deciding no. Or maybe your filter isn't even that clogged and you're in a good thinking, but you really could be thinking in a great way, right? And so you can go from good to great, right? So there's always a shift that you can make. And it's not big, it's just a little shift. And then make the move. What I mean by that is like doing the next right thing. You have to make a move. You're focused, you made the shift, but now you have to take action. Now you have to do something. Now you have to make the move, right? You have to do the thing. You have to send the message. You have to make the post. You have to plan the day. You have to make the list. You have to clean the toilet, like whatever it is, okay? Like you just have to make the move, right? So staying focused, make the shift, make the move, okay? And that is it tonight. That is literally all that I have for you tonight. And I promise you, if you guys do these 3 things, and these are something that you can do every single day, these 3 little bits, every day. So you make your list of all the bullshit, all the fears, all the doubts, all the excuses, burn it. Burn the bridge to it. Okay, done. Write your list of truths, and then you're going to spend 5 minutes every single day. And do I need to release something? Do I need to release negative energy? Do I need to release negative thoughts, negative phrases, negative doubts, negative whatever? I'm releasing you. Actively say it. I'm releasing you. Bye-bye. You're not serving me. Bye-bye. That's not my truth. My truth is I am worthy. I am strong. I am consistent. I am powerful. I am strong. I am abundant. I'm living abundant. I'm a top money earner. I'm a enroller. I'm confident. I speak, with confidence. Like people are inspired by me, blah, 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 whatever those are. Literally 2 to 5 minutes every day. Then as you need to, 5-second rule. If you notice it creeping in throughout the day, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, clear your mental filter and be done, right? And then just think about it throughout the day. Stay focused, write it up. I challenge you guys to write it somewhere where you're going to see it. Stay focused, make the shift, make the move. Stay focused on what you want, staying so clear, staying so intentional with where you're going, why you want it, who it's going to impact, how it's going to impact, making the shift, getting it all the way there, like releasing the negative shit, and then making the move, taking the action, big or small, but taking an action. And that is it. That is it for you guys. So, okay, 29 minutes, or technically we started about 4 minutes late, so it was only 25 minutes ish. Okay, so not very long. We did pretty good. So I am going to stop the recording right here. Where's my button?